Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Bellevue Bruins Sports Network. Coming to you live from the Coach Jerry Mosser Court inside the Gordon Lozier Athletic Center on the campus of Bellevue University. We continue with our Saturday afternoon broadcast of North Star Athletic Association basketball as the home team Bellevue University Bruins take on the visiting Dakota State University Trojans out of Madison, South Dakota. Happy New Year, everyone. Welcome back to our broadcast. The women's game concluded before this, a victory for Dakota State. Now let's turn our attention to the Bellevue Bruins and the Dakota State Trojans men. The Bruins 5-11 on the season. The Dakota State Trojans 10-6. Mick Krupski here, Jimmy Allen over there. Jimmy, let's get your perspective on this men's game.
Before we look ahead to the future, we got to look back to the past. Coach Gabriel's team ended their regular season with a loss to these Dakota State Trojans last year. Revenge has to be on the minds of the Bruins today. This team with a much different look, obviously, with a brand new head coach, Gary Gaynor, the former coach at Dakota State, retiring after 24 years of being the head coach of the Trojans, 60 years in college basketball, and hanging up. Darren Ty, the new head coach of the Trojans. That name sounds familiar to you guys. You've heard it before. He's most recently at Mayville State. He had a 68% win rate. He, with the Comets as the head coach there, the Comets won their first NSAA regular season title 2 years ago, naming Ty the coach of the year before he took this job at Dakota State.
Hey, thanks for that history lesson. I'm the old history teacher here. I'm impressed with that.
There will be a test at the end of this. Make sure you have your pencil sharpened.
Number 2, lead pencil. Or is that out of date too now? Everything done on computer. This should be a very good matchup between the team that's the number 5 team in the preseason coaches poll against the number 6 team. So they're trying to get off to their conference season on a good start this afternoon.
These Trojans like to get out and run the floor, put up long-range shots, and they can hit them. The Trojans are hitting the three ball at a 33.3% rate. And nobody does it better than Braden Pokendy, who is hitting at a 35% from 3 rate. He's got 163 points on the year for Dakota State.
Myson Colton, the leading scorer overall for Dakota State with 12.7 points per game. Emmanuel Akpan with 10.6. Kenny Haynes with 10.4. Ethan Slathog with 10.3. And Braden Penkonen, who you just mentioned, with 10.2. So 5 double-digit scores for the visiting Trojans. Who does the scoring for the Bellevue Bruins?
When you look across Bellevue's lineup, you got a couple guys that can get the ball in the net for you. I think it's going to start with their point guard today. It's going to be interesting to see how Bellevue distributes this ball around. But when you look at what Bellevue does, they kind of work things inside, outside. So you got about 4 or 5 guys that can get it done for you today for Bellevue. And when we talked about this in the first game, TJ Fritz, like I said, it's going to be important. But rebounding is going to be the story of this game. Whoever wins and determines the outcome for this, it's going to be a big day for Liam Thompson and Jaden Phillips.
In the rebounding for Dakota State, Emmanuel Akpan, the leading guy with about 8.5 boards per game. As you mentioned, the Bruins with a crew of rebounding guys that you just mentioned. They're more of a team approach towards getting the ball off the glass.
Yeah, and you talked about Akpan. He's also got 170 points on the season as well. So he's averaging 8 rebounds a game and about 12.5 points per game as well.
Bellevue with a 5-11 record overall in the non-conference portion of their schedule. It's pretty much a wash. The Bruins averaging 71.7 points per game and allowing 71.6. A lot of the games have come down to 1 or 2 possessions during the course of the contest.
Yeah, and a lot of that is because obviously TJ Fritz had the surgery on his hand. They've been kind of working with a skeleton crew while he was gone. He's back in this. He's kind of straw that stirs the drink. Bellevue's still finding a rhythm now that he's back into the lineup and still figuring some things out.
Dakota State, on the other hand, a good offensive team, averaging 76.3 points per game. They allow 72.3, so a +4 margin for the Trojans.
Yeah, and the story today for Bellevue is just the ability to not turn the ball over right now. They've got to win on the glass. They're -2.5 in the rebound differential category this season. They've also got a -0.5 turnover ratio as well. But the interesting thing, so do the Trojans. They turn the ball over quite a bit as well. Whoever can take care of the ball the best in this game is going to be the winner of this one.
All right, let's look for that as the key stat as we get underway in just a few moments. Let's turn it over right now to PA announcer Simon Falcon as he introduces the starting lineups for both teams.
Involved in this afternoon's contest. Let's meet today's starting lineups. First, the starters for the Trojans of Dakota State University, the winner of this afternoon's game with an overall record of 11-4. an overall record of 10-6. At guard, a 6'3" senior from Northgate, Australia, number 0, Uzo Dubiamaka. At guard, a 6'1" senior from Union City, California, number 1, Chapchik Gill. At guard, a 5'9" freshman from Bell Rapids, South Dakota, number 2, Braden Pinkerton. At forward, a 6'5" junior from Rockland, California, number 20, Emmanuel Akpan. And at forward, a 6'2" junior from Stockton, California, number 32, Mason Colton. The Trojans are coached by Darren Ty in his first season, and he is assisted by Dalton Kleinschmidt and Damian Luna. And now, let's start it out for your Bellevue University Bruins. We enter today's game with an overall record of 5-11. At point guard, a 6'1" junior from Concord, California, number 11, Christian Carter. At guard, a 6'5" junior from Oakland, California, number 12, Jaden Phillips. At center, a 6'9" junior from Tucson, Arizona, number 14, Nigel Wilson. At forward, a 6'6" freshman from PX, Arizona, number 15, Leo Thompson. And at guard, a 6' senior from Chicago, Illinois, number 25, Jerome Bino. Your Bruins are coached by Lucas Gabriel in his 5th season, and he's assisted by Nate Geiser and Aaron Davis.
All right, thanks to Simon for the introduction to the starting lineups today for the Bellevue Bruins. They'll be in the white uniforms with gold trim. The visiting Trojans from Dakota State out of Madison, South Dakota, navy blue with royal blue trim.
Was that a sign from our Bruins foregoing their starting lineup walkthroughs and just coming out as a unit of 5 to start this game?
They've done that quite a bit on the season, so
okay.
Let's see what's going on here with the opening tip, controlled by Dakota State. They'll have the opening possession.
Nigel Wilson won that tip, but somehow pushed it into the backcourt for the Trojans.
Bison Carlton with the basketball at the top of the key. Back to this near side. The royal blue on navy blue numbers are always hard for an old man's eyes like mine to read, but with the basketball dribbling lane, Penkonen stopped there by Phillips. Gives it off for a little baby hook inside, off the mark on the attempt by Emmanuel Akpan, and the Bruins on their first offensive possession. A chance to take an early lead.
Great job by Nigel Wilson there, forcing the ball and the shot outside.
Liam Thompson, kick out pass to Chris Carter. Head fake, drive, nothing there. Jaden Phillips, open look for 3 points. Jaden Phillips hard off the back of the iron. Liam Thompson almost had the offensive rebound. Instead it's controlled by Braden Pinkonen.
Great look by Jaden Phillips, so you just like to see a little closer to the basket.
Trojans on the board first. Mason Coilton with the basket, driving in on the right side of the lane. 1 minute gone by, 2-0 our score. 20-minute opening half underway. Jimmy Allen and Mick Krupski with you, bringing you the action in this afternoon's contest. Opening part of the 2023-24 conference season. Foul called underneath. That's going to go against Coilton. First personal, first team foul as he banged hard.
Interesting matchup down low with Coilton and Nigel Wilson. Obviously Wilson with the height advantage, Coilton with the size advantage. That's going to be one to watch going forward.
And a hold called on that entrance pass. So 2 quick fouls against Dakota State. Let's see who this one against.
Calvin Payne, I believe.
Up, it's number 0, Uzo Dibiamaka, the senior out of Northgate, Australia. A couple of Australia natives on the men team. The women's team also had an Australia native. So from the land down under to Madison, South Dakota.
Nigel Wilson trying to win himself an academy down below with a couple of overacting jobs on a couple push-offs there before the ball got inbounded.
Here's Jerome Bynum. Keeps that pivot foot secure to the floor. Christian Carter with the look for 3, also off the back of the iron. Battle for the rebound is won by Emmanuel Akpan. Coilton bringing the ball up the right side, similar to where he was. Nigel Wilson with the rejection on the shot inside.
What a great job by Liam Thompson there to kind of almost take that charge, but also not give in to the ball carrier to give up an easy foul.
And got that help from Wilson on the play. So inbounds pass for the Trojans. Trying to free somebody up in the corner. Flashing out is Akpan out of the top of the key. Trojans trying to set up their offense. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Here's Uzo Dibimiaka into the lane, loses the handle of the basketball, still loose. Now he gets it back. Shot clock continues to run down. Dibimiaka with a head fake, steps in for about a 15-footer. Short on the shot, but the rebound cleared away by Japchit Gill.
Liam's got to stay on his feet there. Came off his feet. Might have been able to force that shot outside and get the shot clock down to 0.
Coylton into the lane. Now the pass to Akpan. Shot clock in single digits. Tough shot inside. Nigel Wilson with a good job on defense and grabbing the board. Bynum trying to lead the charge. Carter thought about the three-point look. Now gives it to Bynum instead. Wilson at the high post. Nigel, bounce pass inside to Christian Carter. Nice assist from Nigel to Christian for the bucket.
What a great play by Nigel to put the extra dribble in there to pull the defense in.
2-2 our score. 2.5 minutes have gone by in the opening half. With the basketball, Braden Pekonen, one of the returning players from last year. He'll launch for a three-point attempt. That hits nothing but air and goes out of bounds. Both these rosters, a little bit of a geography lesson all the way from Australia to South Dakota.
And everywhere in between.
Exactly right. Here's Liam Thompson. His first shot off the glass and in. Nice look inside. Carter to Thompson. A couple of made baskets, a couple assists in the early going for the home team.
Wilson and Thompson are doing a great job pacing and spacing the floor out underneath the basket and creating this offense early for these Bruins.
Again, Bellevue rated number 5 in the conference. Trojans rated number 6 in the conference in the coach's preseason poll. So a very important opening part of this 12-game conference season. Only 7 schools in the conference now after presentation closed its doors last year. Shot missed by Japchit Gill. Bruins with the board, trying to push it down ahead. Nigel Wilson has the basketball off the left block.
Gill got off a little bit of a push-off in that last possession. Full forearm extension.
I look inside to Thompson, but off his fingertips and on the baseline. Turnover against the Bruins. TJ Fritz and Raiden Groby check in for the Bruins.
And number 3, Calvin Payne.
Calvin Payne checks in for Dakota State, along with Uhana Ochin.
Number 2, TJ Fritz.
4-2 our score, 16:20 to go in this first half. We apologize, our score bubble is not working today, so we'll try to keep you aware of the score and time a little bit more today since it's not visible on the screen. The drive by Payne, kick out pass as Akpan heads it. Bruin defense stymies him heading inside, trying to get it inside to Akpan, but the pass goes into the auxiliary bleachers. Turnover against the Trojans.
TJ Fritz got a little got lucky there. He was trying to corral that pass. Ball's whipped to his hands. Thank God it did, because it ended up out of bounds.
TJ Fritz, his first possession. The pass grabbed, but up into the bleachers after grabbing it goes Uhana Ochin. Jaden Phillips checking in for the Bruins. Emar Vinson as well. Jaden back in, the junior out of Oakland, California. Emar out of Omaha, Nebraska. Played his high school ball at Omaha North.
All 5 Bruins.
Nice pass from Carter to Vinson, making his presence known right away. 6-2 our score. Pankonen outside the arc. Now the give to Akpan.
A little bit of communication problems there for the Bruins. Christian Carter and TJ Fritz just ran into each other.
Bellevue playing man-to-man defense. They'll switch frequently. Sometimes it creates mismatches, but the Bruins, that's been their signature defense. Shot clock down to 1, and the shot is off the mark. That'll be a 30-second shot clock violation. Braden Pankonen had to get off a desperation shot. And so another turnover against Dakota State.
Of the 5 Trojans out on the floor right now, nobody's found the bottom of the nylon for this Dakota State team.
Josh Lewis and Kenny Haynes check in for Dakota State. Christian Carter with the basketball across the timeline. Bruins in the half court. Vincent off the deflected pass. Emar giving some room to work inside. A couple of big bodies going at it. Shot a little bit short. Emar gets it back. Gets a shot up, a second attempt. He'll go to the free throw line for 2 shots.
Got 2 of his own rebounds there. You gotta love the effort from big number 50.
Emar Vincent will go to the free throw line. Started his career high school at Omaha North High School. Then played at Central Community College.
Emar Vincent.
short on the first free throw attempt. This is the 7th game of the season for Emar. Jerome Bynum checking back in.
He was put on the bench to get a little bit of a breather, but he didn't even do that when he was over there. Jerome Bynum was the most animated guy on the bench the entire time he was sitting there.
Emar, 6'8", 225 pounds. Makes the second free throw. The Bruins up by 5 points as we hit the 15-minute mark remaining in the first half of action.
I think both of those numbers for Emar might be a little low. He's a brick house.
A nice drive down the lane by Josh Lewis. He hits the floor. The foul's going to be coming up for one of the Bruins. And the lucky number is number 50. Emar Vincent picks up his first personal, first team foul. 2 free throws upcoming for Josh Lewis, a junior out of Brooklyn Park, Minnesota.
Jaden Phillips was about to lose his mind. He thought that call was going against him, and he was not happy.
First free throw is off the mark.
Lucas Gabriel looking for a little bit of an explanation of what the foul was. He's not getting it right now. He's not happy.
Lewis, a 54% free throw shooter on the season for the Trojans. Second free throw is good. So both teams 1 out of 2 from the charity stripe in this early going. A little light backcourt pressure. Bruin guards handle that easily.
It's weird to see free throws after that first game we called today.
Yeah, the women's game was almost devoid of fouls. Here's Vincent at the top of the key. And a foul called. That's going to be a holding foul against one of the Trojans.
It's going to go against Josh Lewis, and he looks just as confused as the officials do.
First personal against Lewis. That's the 4th team foul against the Trojans. The Bruins could be having some free throw opportunities early in this one. Phillips thought about the 3, instead brought it back down. TJ Fritz thought about the 3 and shot it and made it. 10-3 our score, 14-25. The Bruins off to a great start in this one.
Jaden Phillips not afraid to shoot a shot. A little surprised he let that one go. TJ Fritz isn't sad that he did.
Lewis tries to penetrate. The Bruins on the switch. Vincent picks him up. Penkonen back to the top of the key to reset the offense. Tipped away by Groby, but corralled by Kenny Haynes. Haynes against Groby on the drive down the right side. A step back shot. That one is good. Nice job by Haynes to clear some space.
Penkonen just doesn't look comfortable in his rhythm right now. It's going to be interesting to see number 2 can get his offense down.
Phillips to Vincent. Emar's had his hands on it on just about every offensive possession since he's come in. Groby trying to go right side. Nothing there as he's blocked on the route. His pass tipped away out of bounds. It'll stay Bellevue basketball. Good defense by Ohana Ochin on the play. Wilson back in, Thompson back in. 10:37 remaining in the first half. 10-5 our score. Bruins doubling up on the Trojans in this conference opener. Jerome Bynum will look for 3. That one kicks around. It'll be Trojan basketball. Thompson tried to keep that one alive, battling against Calvin Payne. Bruins throwing on some backcourt pressure. Again, not as intense a pressure as a full court press, but just designed to take a few seconds off the shot clock. Almost a loose ball in there by Gill. His shot no good. Thompson picks up his first rebound of the day.
Talked about that man set from Bellevue. They're just doing such a good job staying with guys off the ball. There's nothing available in the passing lanes.
Correction, second rebound for Thompson. Here's TJ Fritz trying to fight his way to the basket. Kick out pass to Jerome. Bynum with the behind the back now through the legs dribble. Trying to get down the left side lane. 2 bodies on the floor. Foul's going to be called. Nigel Wilson and Josh Lewis ran into each other. Both of them hit the floor.
Kind of surprised they called something. It was just a matter of their feet getting tangled up with each other.
Well, second personal foul against Josh Lewis. He'll head back to the bench. Against Lewis.
Yeah, it's a second.
Here's TJ Fritz, another 3-point shot, another 3-point made. TJ Fritz, 2 out of 2 coming off the bench this afternoon for the Bruins.
Told you before this game started, he was the key to the offense today. He's perfect from 3-point.
Drive by Mason Colton, a little awkward, able to get his own rebound, kick it out to the side. That shot no good. Nice job by Raiden Groby to block out on defense after the miss by Japjit Gill.
TJ's feeling it. He's called for it in the corner.
Another shot and another made 3-point basket. You said it.
Go ahead, number 2.
Light him up. TJ Fritz, 9 points already.
The junior from Manhattan, Kansas is on fire right now. Just said, all right, I'll come off the bench. I'll be your spark guy.
Timeout on the floor called by Dakota State with 12:29 remaining in the first half. It's the Bruins 16, the Trojans 5. An 11-point jump start for the home team.
Yeah, let TJ Fritz cook here. He's feeling really comfortable and in rhythm right now. Keep your offense running. Just find number 2 in the corner. He's going to be there all day.
Bellevue shooting 60% from the floor. TJ Fritz shooting 100% from the floor.
That's good, right?
That's pretty darn good.
What happens if he makes all of them? That's a good thing, right?
I was not a math teacher, but 100% is pretty darn good.
Lucas Gabriel was very upset about 5 minutes ago. For some odd reason, his demeanor has completely changed here since this clock turned to about 13 minutes left in this first half.
Much happier coaching with a double-digit lead. Again, the Bruins with a couple of guys in the backcourt. Dakota State working its way between Gill and Lewis. They get it across the timeline, but it took about 7 seconds to get that accomplished.
Just keeping the Trojans' passing lane options a little bit tighter.
Coylton using his size inside, a couple of touches on the rim, but it won't go down. Nigel Wilson clears away the rebound. He's got a couple already.
I don't know how that shot didn't fall through. It stuck there in the back of the backboard for about 30 seconds.
12 minutes remaining in the first half. Here's Raiden Groby. Bounce pass inside to Liam Thompson. Entry pass to Nigel Wilson. The shot no good. But a foul called on the play. Wilson had inside position against Kenny Haynes.
He did his best to try to get that shot up before they called it on the floor.
They'll say on the floor, so not a shooting situation, but that is now the 6th team foul against Dakota State.
Much like the Bellevue women's game, just 4 free throws attempted in this first 9 minutes here.
Uzo Dibiamaka back into the game. Akpan as well. Fritz. Oh my God. That's 4 for 4, folks. And he is falling away from the basket at the same time.
All 4 of those, he's had a guy in his face too, and he's buried every single one of them.
Clapping his hands on defense to add to his aura. Yeah. Drive to the baseline, cut off by Fritz. Dibiamaka, the kick out pass to the corner, 3-point shot, that's no good, but retrieved across the way.
A lot of contact there on Dibiamaka's shot. Kind of surprised he's not going to the line right now.
Mason Coylton with an extra angle of difficulty on that, an extra angle of height to get it over Nigel Wilson.
Nigel got a hand on it too, and somehow it still found its way into the basket.
19-7 our score as we near the 11-minute remaining mark in the first half. Here's Jerome Bynum with the basketball. TJ Fritz, oh, what the heck? Finally proves human. Now only 4 for 5 from behind the arc.
I thought he was about to make up with a 40-footer for a second there.
And that was the least contested shot that he's had. That's the one that didn't go in. Thompson sets the screen for Bynum. Shot clock down to 7. Inside pass, Coylton across for the steal. Trying to go court length of the floor. His shot goes off the glass, the rim, and in. So Mason Coylton with back-to-back buckets.
4-0 run here for the Trojans.
19-9 our score. Bruins set up in their pattern offense in the half court. Into Thompson. Now Wilson. Wilson, couple inches of height advantage, but Coylton with a few pounds advantage. Raiden Groby, the shot off the mark. Goes into the corner where it's tracked down by Japjit Gill.
Nigel Wilson has had 3 great passes today that haven't led to a bucket. He should be leading this team in assists right now.
Gill putting on a dribbling show, working his way to the basket. Now the kick-out pass, shot from the corner by Emmanuel Akpan. That's no good. Nigel Wilson after the tip by Jerome Bynum.
Like to see number 25 get involved in the offense here. Bynum has been a key cog to this offense. He just hasn't taken a shot yet.
A little bit more than halfway through the first half, 9:50 and counting down. The Bruins with a 19-9 lead. Groby passes up the 3, Bynum to Wilson. Wilson inside, try to get it to Thompson, but good defense covering it up. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Bynum, penetration, keeps his pivot foot, left-handed shot, no good. Battle for the rebound, it'll go out of bounds, it'll be Bellevue basketball.
Back-to-back possessions for Bellevue going deep into the shot clock. They're getting a little out of rhythm here. You want to see a quick shot out of this possession.
Carter, Phillips, and Vincent back on for the Bruins. Nice job by Thompson battling underneath against Dibiamaka for control of that rebound. Bruins will have another possession, but first a timeout called by Dakota State. Timeout on the floor on the media timeout. 9:32 remaining. Bellevue 19, Dakota State 9. All right, we want to give you an opportunity to be part of our broadcast, whether you're a Bellevue fan or a Dakota State fan. We've already got a couple in the queue. If you would like to send along a text, let us know who you are, where you are, what team you're rooting for, any words you want us to pass along. My text message number is 402-515-7654. Our first text of the afternoon comes from Liam's. Mimiuno and Papa are watching from Scottsdale, Arizona today and cheering for the Bruins. We're glad you are with us once again. Liam Thompson doing a nice job once again for the Bruins, hitting those glass hard.
Got 530 people watching live with us today. We appreciate all of you joining us here on a wintry January day here in Bellevue, Nebraska.
We're expecting some heavier snowfall coming on Monday and Tuesday. So right now today, a little light snow on the ground from last night. Let's go, Nigel. Get busy, big fella. We love you. From your sister, NAIA, and everyone watching in Tucson. So Arizona, a big part of our audience this afternoon. Nigel Wilson's family listening in. Thanks once again.
He's got 4 rebounds. He's doing all the work he can right now.
Again, that number, if you'd like to send along your greetings, 402-515-7654. Dakota State also having a radio broadcast today, so probably most of their fans will be listening to that, but we invite you to join too. Jaden Phillips, a quick release shot for 3, and he's fouled. He'll go to the free throw line for 3 shots.
Chance at a 4-point play. They're going to blow this thing wide open. Bruins up 10, looking to get this to double digits early.
Emmanuel Akban picks up his first personal foul, 7th team foul, so the Bruins will be shooting a lot of free throws here in this first half. Phillips, first one is good. Jaden, the junior out of Oakland, California, is a 82% free throw shooter on the season.
Trojans done such a good job defensively not to foul in the act of shooting. This is just the 3rd, 4th, and 5th free throw attempts by the Bruins in this first half.
And he makes all 3, the trifecta for Jaden Phillips. 22-9 our score, 9:23 and counting. Penkonen across the timeline on the dribble. On this near side to Ochin.
Braden Penkonen been kept in check so far in this first half, 0-3 from the field. He's one of the leading scorers on this Trojan team.
Dibimiaka tries to reverse course, but Emar wouldn't let him do it. Slipping inside, that one's short. Good passing inside. Vincent comes away with the rebound.
Emar Vincent's been a problem for these Trojans today. They just haven't found an answer for what his size brings to this court.
Yeah, nobody to match his size inside. Christian Carter from three-point land knocks that one down. The junior from Concord, California.
Everybody just in rhythm for Bellevue right now. 6 Bruins with baskets so far, just 12 minutes into this game.
Bellevue shooting 53% on offense, doing a nice job on defense. Nice entry pass that time by Gill.
Emar Vincent is just taking up so much space under the basket. These Trojans can't find any kind of rhythm with him out on the court.
Ill-advised pass that time is stolen away by Akpan. Dakota State trying to get something going on offense. Bounce pass inside to Ochin. He'll kick it out. Good ball movement on the right side. Trying to go baseline. Bynum blocks the path that time.
Great job by Jerome there, using the boundary as another defender.
3-point shot on its way. No good. Jerome Bynum skies up for the rebound after the miss by Japjit Gill. Bynum trying to run. Works ahead to Emar Vincent, who had inside position, but a nice job slapping the ball away inside by Gill.
I don't know how Emar didn't just step out of bounds there. What a great balancing act.
Emar keeping it in play. Open look from the corner for Jaden Phillips. Jaden, his second three-pointer.
And ladies and gentlemen, that's what being a point guard is all about, drawing all the attention to yourself and finding your open guy on the wing. Leaving Jaden Phillips open is not going to be a successful strategy for these Trojans going forward.
Bruins with 9 made baskets. Guess how many assists for the Bruins on those 9 made baskets? If you guess 9, you are 100% correct on that. So the Bruins doing a great job finding teammates.
Yeah, everything that we've seen TJ Fritz do in this first half, his 4 or 5 3-point shooting has all been set up by inside presence offensively to create the outside looks for him.
Bellevue leading by a bunch, rebounding by a bunch, assisting by a bunch. A great start for the home team on this season opener or conference opener in the North Star Athletic Association. 7:36 to go.
19-point lead for the Bruins right now. They've got everything cooking offensively. It doesn't seem to matter who's out there for them. TJ Fritz has been fantastic from three, but everything Jaden Phillips has been setting up down low has really set the tone in this game. And Emar Vincent has just been a nice cherry on top for everything he's been able to create space-wise for this offense and what he's been able to contribute defensively also.
Kind of the opposite of what we saw in the women's game before this one. The Dakota State women took control of the game and defeated the Bellevue women 66-41. The Bellevue men have a chance here to flip the page on that script.
Yeah, you got a chance to blow this one wide open right now. You're up by 19. It could be quicksand time for these Trojans. They can't figure something out quickly.
Lewis and Penconen with the basketball in the backcourt. And again, taking 7 to 8 seconds to get it across the timeline. That cuts into your shot clock when you're trying to get things done on offense. Here's Kenny Haynes trying to work in the lane. Left-handed shot up and in from just inside the free throw lane.
I'd like to see Emar get his hands up a little bit there and stop that shot. He was trying to block the passing lane, though.
Braden Groby gets out of the double team attempt on this corner. Insert pass to Emar Vincent. Emar with the advantage inside. Back to him once again. Shot clock down to 10. Emar tries to back in off the glass just a little bit too hard off the glass. That's Kenny Haynes flying. Ball on the floor. Back into the hands of Josh Lewis. Into the corner. Three-point shot from near the Bruin bench. No good. Offensive rebound by Ohana Ochin, but then he'll lose his control, falling to the floor. Here's Christian Carter. Braden Groby. Cut off in the corner. Carter has it stripped away. Josh Lewis on the play. He'll get the layup down the other end. So the turnover leading to a basket for the Trojans.
Great discipline by Christian there not to give up the easy foul. He could have easily just got a hand on a guy there and given up an extra basket. He's played a lot of basketball and smart decision there by the junior.
Bruins do have 4 turnovers on the afternoon and make that 5 as Thompson and Carter not communicating that time down. Wilson, Bynum, Fritz back on for the Bruins. Coylton and somebody else on for Dakota State. Sorry, missed the second guy coming in. 6 minutes remaining in the first half. 28-13 our score. Bruins up by 15.
Hakeem Loudermill making his debut today for the Bruins as well, with just 5:55 left to go in this one. He's a guy that's going to see some key minutes in the second half.
Bounce pass inside to Mason Coylton. Tries to use his muscle, working against Loudermill. And McKeem, only in the game for about 5 seconds, will pick up his first personal foul. Third team foul against Bellevue, so not a shooting situation quite yet. Pass entry to Haynes. Back to Penconen. Working around the screen by Coylton. Nice job by Fritz to cut off his baseline attempt. Trying to work back inside. Coylton got an inside position. Good ball movement. Opens up a three-point look off the side of the rim. Coylton keeps it in bounds. Heads up into the bleachers. And right before the shot, Braden Penconen with the basket. Good hustle on the play by Coylton.
The Trojans women's basketball staff with the catch there. Give him a stat online.
Bynum tries to get down that left side. Nothing there as the double team help comes to the aid. Shot clock in single digits. Bynum once again working off the screen from Wilson. Now the bounce pass inside. Coylton comes away with another steal across the way to Penconen. On the 2-on-1, the shot off the mark. Kenny Haynes couldn't convert on that one as the Bruins got back on defense.
Bynum knew as soon as he let that go that Trojan defense is crashing in on the ball. He wanted that one back as soon as he let it out of his hands.
4:40 remaining in the first half. Big contact made, offensive foul. Goes against Hakeem Loudermill, the senior out of Arkansas. Picking up his second foul, 4th team foul.
Just dropped his shoulder trying to make something happen there. Great job by Coylton, just planting his feet and staying firm.
Coylton listed at 6'2". He's got to be over 2 bills in terms of his weight as well. A solid body guy.
Yeah, what he gives up in length, he definitely makes up and taking up space on the court.
28-16 with 4:38 and counting.
Some would say he was built to take a charge.
There you go. Good way to describe it. Carlton with the basketball, top of the key. He's going to drive against Wilson. He'll use his shoulder to try to clear some space. Slapped away inside. And off the arm of Kenny Wilson. And out of bounds. Or excuse me, Nigel Wilson. Where'd I get Kenny Wilson?
Former Nebraska running back.
Oh, there we go. All right.
From the same part of the country, too, actually.
Deep in the recesses, stored away in the dusty brain of mine. Trojans reset their offense, working the ball to this near side. Josh Lewis will step back out.
Trojans on a 4-0 run right now, too, trying to get something going offensively, down 12.
Oh, a late whistle on the play. As Lewis penetrated inside, the Brooklyn Park, Minnesota native. 15 foul. Liam Thompson picks up his second. They say in the act of shooting, he'll get 2 shots.
The Lions shooting 2 for the Trojans. Josh Lewis.
Lewis with 3 points this afternoon thus far, make it 4. Lewis a 54% free throw shooter. Jaden Phillips checks back in for the home team.
Taking it for the Bruins, number 12, Jaden Phillips.
Both benches getting a ton of work here. 10 guys, 11 guys now for the Trojans. 10 guys for the Bruins have been rotated in here. Everybody losing those warm-up shirts.
Pace of the game moving pretty quickly. Want to keep fresh bodies on the floor. Both free throws converted. The score now 28-18 with 4:07 remaining before our halftime break. So the Trojans have cut into their deficit a little bit. Bruins still enjoying the double-digit lead. And another shot in the hole by T.J. Fritz. This one just a mediocre 2-pointer instead of a 3-pointer.
Nice of him to settle for mediocrity. He's a measly 5 of 6 from the field today, folks.
14 points for T.J. Another little inside move by Josh Lewis. He goes up for a basket. Lewis now with 7 points. That leads the Trojans. 30-20, 3.5 minutes to go before halftime.
8-2 run here by the Trojans. You need a couple baskets here for Bellevue.
Fritz again.
That's the guy to get into.
6 out of 7. Only 1 miss this afternoon. 16 points for the newcomer to the Bruins squad. Contact made there by Jaden with the hip. As Calvin Payne trying to drive to the lane. That's on the floor, so not a shooting situation. 6-team foul. Phillips picks up his first. Carter for Bynum on the Bruins side.
Taking in for Bellevue, number 11, Christian Carter.
Bellevue shooting almost 60% from the field in this game. They've been incredibly impressive offensively.
Taylor Edwards into the game for Dakota State. Open look from the outside. That one's off the mark. Here's T.J. Fritz picking the ball up out of the hands of one of the Dakota State players.
Had numbers there. Would like to see him run the floor.
Phillips a little short on that 3-point attempt. That's no good. Rebound pulled down by Calvin Payne. He's another one of the Australia guys on the squad. Lewis, the shot, no good. Battle for the rebound. Into the hands of Payne. Another shot from distance. Braden Payconen, his second 3-pointer of the game.
Not the guy you want getting hot for this Trojans' offense if you're the Bruins right now. He's got 6 points after a very quiet first 10 minutes.
Another one of the 5 double-digit scores for Dakota State. Fritz with the basketball in his hands once again. That one's knocked away, but saved by Carter.
Under 10 on the shot clock.
Wilson comes up for the high screen. Carter gets it to Phillips. Jaden, 1 dribble, 1 shot, 1 basket right before the buzzer.
Thought he got fouled a little bit. He might be right. 35-23. The Bruins need to kind of keep pace, keep the arm kind of extended out, and that's a great way to do it. Cause a turnover, get the ball back.
Pankinen just took his eyes off the basketball. Lucas Gabriel not happy with that outside official over maybe the non-call in that last play.
They've been exchanging some words since the start of this one. That's just the second turnover by the Trojans. Bellevue has 8 already in this game. Hasn't made much of a difference though, as the Bruins still lead by 12. 1:45 to play in the first half.
Bellevue out rebounding Dakota State 19-12. Body on the floor. Christian Carter will take the 3-point shot and knock it down. And we'll have a stoppage of play.
Gill got absolutely drilled in the face, but I mean, it just kind of was a bang-bang play. Not really a foul by anybody, just kind of collision of heads there.
The Bruins have now made 8 3-pointers on the game.
He stays out there, though. Gill didn't even come off the court after taking a shot to the face.
Dakota State trying to cut into the deficit before halftime. 1:25 remain. Braden Pankonen with the shot and in. Pankonen finding the range now, his third 3-pointer.
He's 3 for 4 in his last 4 shots, too.
9 points to lead the Trojans.
Doing his best TJ Fritz impersonation right now.
Braden Groby thought about the 3, brings it into the lane, has an easier shot inside. The kick out pass. 1 minute remaining before halftime. Groby to Carter, 10 seconds on the shot clock. Here's Nigel Wilson, maybe a flop on defense. Nigel takes advantage and puts it in the hole. Taylor Edwards hit the floor.
That was a layup in every description of the word. He just kind of had free reign to put that ball wherever he wanted.
High percentage shot there from 1 foot away. The baseline, the drive down the lane by Gill. Head fake, but still won't have an available shot. Now Pankonen tries to drive the lane.
Great
Nothing
ball
there.
movement.
Good ball movement without the dribble. Here's Pankonen splitting the interior defenders. He'll get the nice assist, feeding teammate Emmanuel Ackman. 20 seconds. Bruins will hold for the final shot of the half. A 12-point lead currently for the Bruins. Let's see if they can up that a bit.
Emmanuel Ackman averages 15 points a game. He's just had his first basket in this first half.
You can hear the Bruin bench counting in the background. 5 seconds. TJ Fritz turn around.
Probably want to get that guy the ball at the last shot.
He has not even hit the iron at all today on his shots. Oh, a close shot from 3/4 length by Japjit Gill. Hits the back of the rim and kicks away.
He would have loved to have that one back. That one almost fell in accidentally.
Wow. We are in our halftime break. The Bellevue Bruins lead it by a score of 42-28 over the Dakota State Trojans. Bellevue shooting 63% in that first half with 15 made baskets. Dakota State 33% with 11 made baskets.
Yeah, TJ Fritz and Jaden Phillips just putting on a clinic right now for these Bruins. Both have been absolutely electric from on the offensive glass. Also, TJ Fritz 18 points, Jaden Phillips with 9. Christian Carter quietly putting in 8 as well. Right now, the rebounds are going all Nigel Wilson's way as well. He's brought down 5 boards for the Bruins.
Braden Pankonen trying to keep his team in the game. He leads the Trojans with 9 points, 7 points for Lewis, and 6 points for Coylton. But the Bruins a nice 14-point cushion at our halftime break with 14-36 and counting towards our resummation of action.
Pankonen started off 0 for 3 shooting. He's made 3 of his last 4 now, and leads the Trojans in scoring, like you said.
A couple more text messages in the queue. This one comes all the way from Adelaide, Australia. Not
ever
sure. No, have you?
Okay, no, I've not.
I'm not sure how many hours difference. I know it's already Sunday there. Let's go Trojans, cheering you on from Adelaide, Australia. Glad to have you with us. As over the course of my 16 years broadcasting, I've had people from all 7 continents send in text messages to us.
Good morning to you down under. It's 8:37 in the morning down there.
Oh, very good. There you go. Johnny on the spot, Jimmy Allen. Go Bellevue. Keep those rebounds and assists, Nigel. Keep making those trays, TJ. That's from Deborah, Nigel's mom, listening in Arizona. All 3 of our Bellevue texts today have come from the wonderful state of Arizona. My wife and I are heading down there on vacation come early March, so we'll see you all down there.
TJ Fritz, very mediocre today. He's only 7 of 8 from the field and just has missed only a wide open shot today. He's been fantastic.
All right, we're going to step away for a few minutes. Here, let's see real quickly here before we go. TJ's high point game this season, 24. He's hit that 2 times.
Yeah, he needs 6 more to get there. I think he might get there today.
If he keeps this level of action, he'll get close to 40. All right, we're going to take a little break. We'll be back in about 10 minutes or so with more basketball action. Again, if you would like to send along your text message to us, that number is 402-515-7654. Jimmy Allen and Nick Krupski saying we're going to step out, but keep it right here for more on the Bellevue Bruins Sports Network. Welcome back to the Bellevue Bruins Sports Network. We are in our halftime break. The Bellevue Bruins enjoying a 14-point lead at halftime, 42-28. The Bruins shooting 63% from the floor in that first half. The leading guy, TJ Fritz, 7 of 8 from the floor with the team leading 18 points. That pretty much sums up what the advantage is for the Bruins in this season opener in the North Star Athletic Association.
Yeah, Christian Carter's been kind of the straw stirring the drink right now. He's got 4 assists. He's been the extra pass guy and kind of the glue that's been holding this offense in place in that first half to get off to a 14-point lead.
And 8 points along with those 4 assists for Christian. So the Bruins doing a lot of things well, rebounding well, advantage there. The assist total is outstanding. Bruins open the season today. They'll be on the road next weekend, a long trip to North Dakota. Next Friday, they'll take on Dickinson State at 8:30 p.m. Central Time. Dakota State in the Mountain Time Zone in Dickinson, North Dakota. And then the next day, back in the vans and traveling down to Valley City, North Dakota for a 5 o'clock tip-off on that one. You can find the games on those 2 schools' athletic website if you want to follow along.
You mentioned the assists, and that's really been the difference in this game. 14 assists for the Bruins, just 4 for the Trojans, and that's the difference in the game right now, literally 12 points.
Oh, 14 assists on 15 made baskets. That's 90+%, obviously.
And that just tells you what kind of rhythm this offense is in. We talked about the lack of rhythm for the women's team earlier, and it's just a complete 180 from what we're seeing right now to this men's team. They feel comfortable in transition, getting out and running, but also playing in a half-court set and finding their teammates for open looks.
And that's the frustrating thing about coaching with basketball. You know, getting that rhythm, getting that momentum. We saw the Bruins play 2 games in the holiday classic here right between Christmas and New Year's, and they just couldn't find the rhythm to save their lives. But today
couldn't corral passes, couldn't find guys in open looks. We're giving up open looks for contested shots, complete opposite today. And it's just, like they say, basketball's a game of runs, and right now Bellevue's on a pretty good run.
Let's see if they can continue to shoot, excuse me, at such a high percentage. Where'd my voice go? There we are, coming back here.
The nightmare of every broadcaster.
A few more texts in the queue. Let's get to those before we get to the second half. Good luck, yo. Nickname for number 15 from DSU from Maxon. Number 15 is Uhana Ochen. So, yo. All right, we'll go with that. Cheering for DSU from Madison, the home of DSU. Go Trojans from the Hansons and Buddy at Big Candy Lake in Minnesota. I bet they got some fishing up there.
A little bit of ice fishing this time of year.
Oh, you betcha. Happy New Year from Team Carter on an overcast and drizzly day in Northern California. Bellevue Bruins are heating it up. That is an understatement.
Christian's having himself a day, too.
We want more in 2024. Let's go number 11, Christian Carter. Thanks, you guys, for joining us again. Keep it up, Bruins, from the Havis family in East Grand Forks, Minnesota. The family of new Bellevue assistant coach Aaron Havis. Glad you guys are with us once again. And gets one more in here. Keep up the defense and rebounding. Need this conference game win from the Geysers in Oklahoma. That comes from associate head coach Nate Geyser's family listening down there in Oklahoma. All right, back to the action. Bruins with the first possession of the second half. The shot by Jaden Phillips off the mark. The rebound goes to Myson Coylton. Bruins with the 14-point cushion as we start this second half. Coylton with the pass. Basket no good on the attempt by Uzo Dibiamaka, but he'll go to the free throw line for 2 shots.
Christian's had about 4 of those scenarios today where he could have fouled and given up a basket, and that's the first time he's got caught in a compromise there where he actually gave up the foul and the basket. He's played great defense today.
Oh, 2 free throws upcoming here. First personal against Christian, first team foul, obviously. Dibiamaka with the free throw. Northgate, Australia, Melbourne, Australia. We got the text from Adelaide, Australia, so we're learning a little bit about Australia geography this afternoon.
Things you didn't know you were going to learn today.
A teaching moment.
You never know what you're going to get on the Bellevue broadcast.
Double team trap at the half court.
What a play by Jerome Bynum.
Bynum able to work his way through it. Liam Thompson in traffic with the left hand up and in for Liam. Nice work down low.
He's going to be a part of He's going to have to be a part of this offense if they're going to take the top 2 league scorers out of this. That was Liam's first basket of the day.
And that pass a little bit too wide for Dibiamaka to track down on the pass from Jabjit Gill. Oh, the turnover gives the ball back to the Bruins.
Jerome Bynum's got 4 assists on the day, but has not found the scoreboard yet. He's 0 for 2 from the field. Like to see the point guard get involved. The offense had a wide open look at the basket there. Nigel Wilson just couldn't find him.
Carter to Wilson, a foul called on the grab. That'll go against Dakota State's Emmanuel Akban, his second personal foul. That's the first Trojan team foul of the second half.
Akban's a lot of what they do offensively. He's just 1 of 4 from the field today with 2 points and has as many fouls as he does points today.
Thompson once again with a shot. Goes off the mark, but he'll get the offensive rebound. The Bruins will get a fresh 20 seconds on the shot clock. Thompson comes up to set the high screen for Bynum. Carter penetration, kick out pass. Jerome from a long way, but nothing but net on the bottom of the hips.
It's finally on the scoreboard. Good to see number 25 making an impact on this offense outside of assists.
3 points now for Jerome. One of the leading scorers for the Bruins on the season. Dakota State trying to pass and dribble their way into something of an offensive flow.
Jaden Phillips got turned around a little bit there. Nice recovery to close out on that defensive set.
The fadeaway by Japjet Gill for the basket off the glass.
I don't know how much Liam Thompson could have done more there. He was all over Chip and he was able to get to go through.
First basket of the game for Gill. Nigel Wilson at the free throw line, one-on-one. Shot puts up a little bit short. There's going to be a grab, whistle. Foul will go against Myson Coylton. So the third team foul against Dakota State. Second personal against Coylton.
Some frustration setting in for the Trojans here. They're getting a little upset by the whistles. A little extra curriculars after the whistles too.
Now let me correct myself. That's just the second team foul. Wilson with the first free throw. He'll get another here. Nigel, 64% free throw shooter on the season. That percentage will go up with those 2 made free throws. Nice touch by the big man.
A little bit of a harder press put on here to start the second half from the Bruins.
Japjet Gill tries to get through the defense, but the Bruins a little help on the backside.
Great communication there between Liam and Jaden to switch off.
Coylton with the basketball. Pankonen takes it on the pass. Now back to Coylton. He'll lose the handle. Ball on the floor. Coylton still able to keep it. Shot clock down to 2. Coylton, will they say yes or no? Lucas Gabriel going crazy across the way. It seemed like that basket was after the buzzer. They say no, it's good.
They're going to give it to him, yeah, but they mark it on the board.
And Lucas continuing to shout across the way. Very
losing
unhappy.
The blazer, too. It's getting a little warm in here, folks.
It looked like it was off after the buzzer because Coylton held a little bit longer trying to take that shot. Here's Wilson. Coylton with a quick move on the steal. It's going to be a foot race down the other end. Jerome Bynum tries to get there. Snap from behind. Christian Carter elevates. Coylton a second chance. Coylton a third chance. Still not in the hole. Christian Carter skies up for the rebound. 2 great defensive plays by Carter.
I'll tell you this about Coylton. He is deceptively athletic. The fact how quickly he closed on that ball and was able to turn it over and go the length of the court was incredibly impressive.
Carter picks up his dribble, looks to Thompson.
Great
Jerome
look.
Bynum open for 3 on the money.
He's
Jerome
not going to miss too many of those.
2 second half 3-pointers for the guard out of Chicago, Illinois. A timeout requested by Dakota State. With 16:25 remaining in the game, our score, the Bellevue Bruins 52, the Dakota State Trojans 33, a 19-point lead for Bellevue.
Not sure what it was in reference to, but Lucas Gabriel just looked at Nigel Wilson and said, that's exactly what I was talking about. Gave him a little pat on the rear end and told him, good job.
Well, the Bruins continue to dominate the game today. Their shooting percentage has gone down, though, from 63% to 62%. So
slackers. Something to keep a little bit of a look on. Emar Vincent was just getting looked at by the training staff. He's kind of stretching, working out his back out here. His big number 50 comes back out on the court for the Bruins here.
Yeah, he's been injured for a good part of the season. He's worked his way back, though, and has continued to see his playing time increase over the last 6 or 7 games.
Yeah, he was getting some work done on his lower back in that last exchange on the sideline.
Still kind of holding that left side of his back. Back out on the floor.
It was pretty physical first half for him, so I mean, he may have gotten maybe an elbow to the kidney or something.
Dakota State trailing by 19. Here's Japjet Gill trying to spin in the lane. May have got a couple of extra steps in there.
Whistles are optional today.
Coylton battling for the rebound against Thompson. Jaden Phillips comes away with it after the miss by Kenny Haynes.
Christian Carter kept that alive. Great effort for him to get that tip out to Jaden Phillips.
Again, hi to his family listening in up in Northern California, and to everybody who sent along their texts here today. But Jerome Bynum doesn't get his third three-pointer to go down that time down the floor. Hustling back on defense. Here's Myson Coylton. Works his way down the floor. Nobody got a chance to get in front of him, and so Coylton took advantage.
He's got a great first step. That size, that's a little hard to defend.
Very agile player. Undersized in height.
35-52, the Trojans trail right now, 15-24 left in this one.
Bynum with the basketball. Is he going to use the screen from Thompson? Does. Passes to Carter inside to Vincent. Coylton's going to be called that time, trying to go around Vincent. And Emar continues to stretch out that back. Third team foul now against the Trojans. Third personal against Myson Coylton. He'll head to the bench.
He's their leading scorer, too, with 10 points on the day. And he's really just been able to create offense off of defense, and that time it cost him.
Back into the game for the Trojans comes Uhana Ochin. Thompson grabs that in traffic. He's grabbed from behind by Kenny Haynes.
About 3 opportunities to blow a whistle there. Liam got accosted as soon as he touched that ball.
Another inbounds play for the Bruins. Over the top to Thompson, makes a nice catch and then avoids the attempted steal from Penkonen. TJ Fritz left alone, off the mark that time. Vincent tries to keep the ball in play. Watch out, Chloe Cloud.
There was a 6-year-old down there on the front row that just saw his life flash before his eyes, too.
And Chloe, one of the Bellevue volleyball players, sitting down there doing mop duty today. She still has a smile on her face as she saw the imposing figure of Emar Vincent.
She almost lost the rest of her season there in the blink of an eye.
She missed a good chunk of the season with injury, so don't get injured again.
Yeah, I don't want to jinx it. I'll knock on wood for you, Chloe.
There we go. Ochin with the shot way off the mark. Vincent has it, goes off his fingertips, but Thompson able to pick it up. Bruins back to work on offense. Thompson gives it up to Carter. Raiden Groby from three-point land. Swoops won't go down. Emar Vincent tries to keep it alive, but the Trojans get it and turn the other way.
That was just Raiden's second shot attempt of this game. He's got a couple of good looks that he just hasn't taken.
Brady Penkonen way off the mark on that one. Getting a little jeers from the Bruin fans as he comes up empty on that.
Second into the Bruins, number 25, Jerome Bynum.
Jerome Bynum checks back in, giving Christian Carter a little break.
Some instructions coming in from the bench of the Trojans. Just keep shooting. They need to find a way to battle back into this one, down 17.
52-35 with 14:20 to go. Fritz to Vincent. Groby tries to drive baseline before he's double teamed. Worked his way out of it as Thompson comes to the rescue. Jerome Bynum tries to go baseline as well. Open look for Raiden. Groby knocks it down from three-point land. First points of the night for Raiden Groby. And the Bruins continue to surge ahead by 20.
They get Akeem Loudermill back into this game. He's the only person on the stat sheet without a bucket so far.
Inside look, nice soft touch there by Uhana Ochin.
Bellevue scoring at a very, very high rate in this game. (19 of 33 from the field of the Bruins.
Fritz on the dribble drive, pulls it back out, almost loses the basketball. Jerome Bynum will reset the offense. Emar, top of the key, feeds Bynum, cut into the lane. Good defensive play there by Ochin.
Great job by Emar.
Or Yo, as his fans call him.
Great job by Emar not going over the back there and getting an easy foul back to the Trojans.
Penkonen, bounce pass inside to Ochin, off the glass, and the and one on the foul by Liam Thompson. Nice ball movement that time for Dakota State.
Liam knew as soon as he left his feet that was a bad idea. He turned around and waited for the whistle.
Thompson will step out as Jaden Phillips comes back in. Christian Carter, after a short break, back in as well. Fritz still at 18 points, leading the way for the Bruins. Jaden Phillips with 9, 8 for Chris Carter. Top scorers for Bellevue tonight.
Liam Thompson picking up his third foul. It's something to keep an eye on as this game ticks along. 13 minutes left to go.
Ochin's free throw will not go down. The Eagle Lake, Minnesota native gets 2 points, but not 3. Lucas Gabriel directing traffic across the way.
Bellevue looking to milk a little bit of clock here. 12:50 left to go in this one. 16-point lead for the Bruins.
have to be kind of careful because you don't want to get too far out of what's been successful for you. Emar Vinson with the offensive rebound after the miss by Phillips. And a timeout call from across the way from the Bruin bench. With 12:37 remaining, the Bruins own a 55-39 lead over the visiting Dakota State Trojans.
Great self-awareness there by Emar Vinson, finding himself trapped down in the corner, no help around him. The only way to get out of it, call a timeout. He's able to do so and secure the possession.
Bellevue will have 4 timeouts remaining. Dakota State has 3 timeouts. Here's a quick preview from way back in the fall when the 7 head coaches from the North Star Athletic Association got together for their preseason poll. They predicted Mayville State to finish in first place, Viterbo in second, Dickinson State in third, Valley City State in fourth, Bellevue 5th, Dakota State 6th, and Waldorf coming in at number 7. So in the next couple of months, we'll see how good of prognosticators those coaches really are.
Yeah, and right now, Mayville State 12-2 on the season, and at the top of the conference, Viterbo is 9-5, followed by Dickinson State with the same record, Valley City 8-6, Bellevue 7-7, Dakota State 6-8, Waldorf 4-10. Presentation obviously at the bottom at 1-13 on the season.
Here's TJ Fritz with the basketball as the Bruins back to work on offense. Carter turns the corner, gets the defender up in the air. Chris Carter a little bit too high off the glass. Ball still loose. Now Myson Coylton comes away with it. Coylton, nifty dribble at the half-court line. Dakota State will set up in the half court.
I think everybody on the court might have touched that ball in the last possession.
Interior drive, Dakota State. Here's the penetration by Penkinen off the glass with the left hand.
Emar Vinson has that ability just to look at somebody and they start dribbling in the opposite direction.
He's quite the roadblock for the Bruins. Here's Carter for the Bruins as Bellevue spreads out the offense. Here's Vinson, they're the top of the key.
Shoot it, big fella.
TJ Fritz will shoot it. He's off the mark. 0 for 2 in the second half after a 7 for 8 first half. 11:34 and counting. That pass goes into the bleachers. Was it tipped? They say no. Now they're conferring.
Yes.
Now they say yes. Didn't look like anybody got a hand on it, but
somehow all 3 officials gave a different answer.
Yeah. Nigel Wilson back on the floor for Bellevue. Into the hands of Haynes. Now to Lewis. His shot no good. TJ Fritz comes away with the defensive rebound and brings the ball across the timeline.
Coaching staff saw something for Bellevue there. The instruction from the sideline was watch the rebound, TJ. He's the one that came down with it.
Wilson to the corner. Groby with 1 3-pointer today.
Good
nice
luck.
Entry pass to Wilson and a hang in the air turnaround by Nigel Wilson for the basket. Nigel now with 6 points and another assist for the Bruins.
Nigel must have had a Red Bull today. He was in the air for about 6 seconds there. I don't even know how that was physically possible.
Coylton from downtown. That's NBA range.
He can do a little bit of everything.
Now 13 points for the post player for Dakota State. 6 of 13 from the floor, including that one from behind the arc. Groby turns the corner, steps up for a 3-pointer off the back of the iron, no good. Jaden Phillips with the offensive rebound. Bruins will reset with 20 seconds.
Jaden Phillips has been everywhere today. 9 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist.
Groby back to Carter, shot clock in single digits. Here's Fritz turning the corner, almost loses his footing. Saves it and a nice quick wrist flick off the glass.
Every part of his body lost control except for his hand. I don't know how he maintained possession there.
Leaning to the left, leaning to the right, gets the basket. Myson Coylton carrying the load for Dakota State. Another basket for him, 15 points.
Nigel Wilson got away with one there. He definitely fouled him on that shot.
Under 10 minutes, 9:49 and counting down.
Kind of looks like the plan right now for the Trojans is give the ball to Mason Coylton, let everybody else get out of the way, let him go to work.
Bruins would been up by 20. That lead cut down now to 13. Fritz again in the lane. Again, that arcing shot from the left hand.
He's got 20 on the game. He's 4 away from his career high.
Let's see if Coylton will handle it once again. Penkinen Trying to drive that left side, swatted into the bleachers by Nigel Wilson.
I don't know if you're going to be able to talk to Lucas Gabriel after this. His voice may be worn out in the next 9 minutes and 17 seconds here.
Timeout on the floor with 9:17 remaining in the game. The Bellevue Bruins 61, the Dakota State Trojans 46. A 15-point lead for the Bruins. Have to still be careful, though. You don't want to try to slow things down too much and take yourself out of the great rhythm that you've established in this game.
TJ Fritz is 9 of 12 from the field, 4 of 5 from three-point land. He's got 22 points. His career high is 24. He may hit a new one today.
Bruins out rebounding the Trojans 29-26. Bruins have collected 6 offensive rebounds as well. 9 second chance points for Bellevue, 8 for Dakota State.
Bruins passing the ball around to 18 assists. That means there's 7 in this second half alone. 9:17 left to go in this one. Bellevue leads by 15. The key point here going forward has got to be find number 32 and stop him. Mason Coylton has been absolutely unbelievable this entire game. 7 of 14 from the field, 1 of 1 from 3, 6 rebounds. He does have 3 fouls, though, so if you're Bellevue, you got to go right at him and keep him in foul trouble.
2 more text messages in the queue before we get back to the action. Let's go, Jaden, number 12 on the Bruins from the 209 area code. Keep it up, Bruins, from Aaron Havis's grandparents up in Oslo, Minnesota. So a couple of texts from the Havis family up in the Gopher State. Thanks for joining us on this cloudy, kind of icky early January day in Bellevue, Nebraska.
209 is the Sacramento area code down there in Southern California.
All right, thank you. Jimmy, quick with the fingers on the keyboard.
That's what I'm here for. That's why they pay me the big bucks.
Dakota State back to work on offense. Here's Braden Pinkonen trying to work around Christian Carter. Carter won't let that happen. On the switch off. Step back look for 3. That's no good. Liam Thompson pulls down the rebound. That's his 6th of the game. That's high for the Bruins this afternoon. Bellevue back to work on offense. Here's Thompson, feeds inside to Wilson. Height advantage there for Nigel. Shot a little bit too short. Good defensive work there by Emmanuel Ackman. Again, Mason Coylton charging down the floor. Nigel Wilson got the rejection, but it also looks like he might be called for the foul.
That's good to know that the next time Bellevue hangs a Final Four banner, Mason Coylton can just come put it up by himself on a ladder.
Smacking all the way on the wall down there. Coylton will head to the free throw line for 2 shots
I don't know if you could see this at home, but he literally almost touched the top of that first banner. That's an incredible vertical.
He has some ups. Coylton, a 60% free throw shooter on the season, off the mark on the first one.
Second into the Bruins, number
Emar Vincent back in, TJ Fritz back in.
number 50, Emar Vincent.
Coylton from Stockton, California. Quite a few California guys on both these teams' rosters. Second free throw is good, 61-47 with 8:34. Coylton will step out and be replaced by Uhana Ochin, a.k.a. Yo.
He's got 3 fouls in the day. They're just trying to keep him a little bit fresh, stay out of foul trouble on the defensive side of things. They obviously need him offensively.
Christian Carter hawked. His pass, however, takes Jerome Bynum to the sideline, so the turnover against the Bellevue Bruins.
Yeah, a little bit of miscommunication there between Christian and Jerome. They just got that figured out, though. Don't expect that to happen again.
Bruins now in double digits on turnovers.
Lucas Gabriel might want to be a little cautious here. He's all the way on the court right now.
Liam Thompson knocks that pass out of bounds. It'll stay Dakota State possession. Yeah, we'll see if he's got a voice left when he comes up for our post-game show.
I will be amazed. I'm not going to lie. It sounds like he's kind of losing it right now. Japjit Gill, 3-point attempt, 3-point made for Japjit Gill. His 5 points for him on the game. Japjit Gill is 6'1". Emar Vincent is 6'8". Gill buried that with Vincent right in his face. That's incredibly impressive. Very athletic move. Bruins trying to sort things out on offense on this possession. Thompson kick out. TJ Fritz, too strong on that one, off the referee and out of bounds. All right, he's not allowed to take any more shots now. He's missed 3. He's done for the day.
Jaden Phillips checking back in. Raiden Groby checking back in. When you're hot, you're hot. When you're not, you're not.
TJ Fritz is 9 of 13 from the field, 22 points. He's been incredible as he takes a breath heading over to the bench.
A nod to Jerry Reed there on that last song. Japjit Gill with the basketball, assuming the point guard duties. Akban trying to get around the corner. Braden Penkinen, there's contact made. A little head fake as well, and a little shove. Penkinen and Jaden Phillips, no love lost. The officials are going to call the foul on Phillips. That's his second personal, fourth team foul. And nothing beyond that. Braden Groby now jaws the defensive assignment on Braden Penkinen.
Kids, ask your parents who Jerry Reed is, by the way.
Yeah. Or maybe your grandparents too, yeah?
I was giving you the benefit of the doubt.
Thank you, Jim. Appreciate that. Gill loses the handle of basketball. Emar Vincent comes away with it ahead to Jaden Phillips. A great pass, but a good defensive play by Emmanuel Akban to get back on defense. He'll commit the foul, but it saves a slam dunk opportunity.
Not intentional there, but Jaden just got cross-faced right across the bridge of his nose.
Third personal. 5 team fouls now on Dakota State. Back in comes Josh Lewis. Bruins with the inbounds play underneath. 2-by-2 situation for the Bruins. Raiden Groby gets the entry pass. Now Liam Thompson at the top of the key. Vincent will set the screen and give the pass to Jaden Phillips.
Yeah, totally forearm shivered Penkinen there.
Emar picks up his second personal foul. Now each team with 5 team fouls.
Again, Lucas Gabriel. About 3/4 the way out on the court.
And now the official sending him back closer to the bench. Across the way, Darren Ty as well likes to travel up and down the sidelines. Crossover dribble, shot no good. Liam Thompson with the rebound as Lewis hits the floor after the miss.
Great job by Groby by coming back to the basketball there.
Phillips on the baseline drive, knocked away, deflected off the hands of Dibiamaka to Coylton. Lead passes, too much of a lead. And Akban can't handle that one.
Lucas Gabriel wants a timeout here. This game has been cut to only an 11-point lead. Bellevue's got to regroup defensively and get some baskets here.
4 timeouts remaining for Lucas Gabriel and the Bellevue Bruins with 6:40 remaining. It's Bellevue 61, Dakota State 50. So the lead almost cut in half. Bellevue led at one point by 20. Now their lead is 11.
6:40 left to play in this one. Your leading scorer has been on the bench for the better part of the last 5 minutes. And Jaden Phillips looks a little bit haggard right now. He walked over with a little bit of a limp heading to the bench. That's something to keep an eye on. He's your second leading scorer with 9. Fritz is the only Bruin in double digits right now.
A lot of different Bruins have dented the scoring column, however, but as you said, 9 for Phillips, 8 for Carter. Nobody else with more than 6 beyond that, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 Bruins have scored this afternoon.
Yeah, and remember, Bellevue was shooting almost 70% from the field at halftime. They're just down to 51%. They're 22 of 43. Second half has not been indicative of what happened in the first.
Yeah, Bellevue has not scored in the last 2 minutes and 56 seconds and 3 turnovers during the course of that same time frame.
Dakota State's outscoring Bellevue in the second half 22-19 as well. And the difference maker has been Myson Coylton. He's got 16 on the day, and it's just been their answer offensively in the second half.
Back to the action, full court pressure.
Coylton was originally coming off, going to sit on the bench at the end of that break, and his head coach grabbed him and sent him back out there and said, "Nah, 32, you got to go to work.
We need you to come back further from this current 11-point deficit."
TJ Fritz back on the court for Bellevue. That's a big deal.
Bellevue offense, which had been operating at such a high level in the first half, slowing down a little bit here in the second. Emar Vincent working inside. A little baby hook. Puts it in the hole.
Leave those two out there. I want to watch that matchup for this game. That's going to be exciting.
Vincent with his first basket. Out on defense. Contact made and a chance for a 4-point play. Emmanuel Akban hits the 3-pointer. He'll get a free throw here as Emar Vincent picks up his third personal foul.
Akban averages over 15 points a game, and that's just his second made bucket of the day.
Nigel Wilson back into the game, replacing Emar Vincent.
The line shooting 1 for the Trojans. Emmanuel Acte.
I don't know what TJ Fritz plans on doing after he's done playing basketball, but I think coaching is in his future. Look at you had Coylton kind of trying to sneak out, get on the backside there, and just followed him back down the court.
His mom is a coach, a volleyball coach, so runs in the family. 6:04 and counting. The Bruins lead has been cut to single digits at 9, 63-54. Bynum trying to get out of the double team trap. Foul's going to be called on Braden Penkonen.
Penkonen kind of took a foot to the face there at the end of that unintentionally. Bynum went to the floor.
Penkonen, not a big guy, a 5'9" freshman, but he's a pesky guy on defense. His first personal foul there. 6 team fouls for both squads, so we'll be shooting 1-and-1s. Coylton again with a burst of speed for the interception. Trying to split the defenders, can't get it. The follow-up, however, does go down. The trailer, Emmanuel Akpan, gets the basket. The Bruins lead cut to 7.
First time Bellevue hasn't led by double digits since it was 16 minutes left in the first half.
Bellevue got off to that great start. Struggled a little bit here in this second half. TJ Fritz over to Raiden Groby. Liam Thompson, the head fake, the drive inside. A great head fake, the left-hander. Liam with an NBA move there.
Everybody on the bench comes off their seats for the Bruins after that one.
Back up to a 9-point lead, 65-56. Here's Coylton. Goes over the top of Thompson. Not a whole lot Liam could do there as Coylton took it to the hole.
Dakota State just kind of running a Princeton offense here, giving the ball to big number 32 and getting out of the way. 18
points now for Coylton as we hit 4:50 to go. Don't pick up the basketball there. And we got a timeout called by Lucas Gabriel trying to rescue Jerome Bynum. That's the absolutely worst pace to pick up the basketball just inside the half-court line with 2 defenders on you.
There was contact and a travel there, so if there was going to be a whistle, it could have went either way. 7-point game, 4:46 left to play in this one, and it has been a tale of 2 halves here as Mason Coylton has just really taken this game over for the Trojans. They're outscoring Bellevue 30-23 since the start of the second period.
4:46 to go. Still a lot of time left in this one for anything to happen. Thanks for joining us this afternoon. Jimmy Allen and Mick Krupski doing the broadcast for you once again. We'll be off next week as the Bruins are on the road. Then we'll be back to the action on January 19th and 20th. And the week after that, January 27th. So the Bruins with 4 home games in conference in the month of January, but only 2 in February to close out the regular season on February 16th and 17th.
Great turnout on the stream today. 106 of you listening back at home, so we appreciate you joining us for the second half of NAIA action. Right now, Bellevue just can't find a basket. They were on fire in the first half. There's 24-45 from the field after shooting over 65% in that first half.
Bellevue only 9 out of 21 in this half after going 24-45 for their game output.
Jerome Bynum's got to be careful with this ball here. Almost turn it over. Getting trapped over there in the corner. Look for the Trojans try to pin him down again in the corner.
Bynum tries to penetrate, cut off on his way to the basket. Bruins kick back out to reset the offense. Shot clock at 10. Wilson on the pass. It goes off the foot of Akpan. So Bellevue will retain the possession.
9 seconds left in the shot clock. Look for number 2 standing by himself here down on the left side. It's coming right here.
Dakota State defends that initial pass to TJ Fritz. Fritz has it now. Working against Akpan. Goes up for the 3-pointer. A little bit short. The rebound cleared by Dakota State. Trojans don't have numbers, so they'll set it up in the half court.
Great job by Roby getting back defensively after that missed shot. Raiden got back as quickly as he could. Prevented the fast break points.
Penkonen in the lane. Now the kick out pass. Nothing there. So again, Dakota State will reset up behind Josh Lewis. Lewis got away with the little forearm there. The fadeaway jump shot is good. Josh Lewis with the basket. Now 9 points for him.
2-possession game now. Bellevue needs a basket here in a bad, bad way.
And a foul's going to be called in the backcourt against Penkonen. Braden Penkonen trying to corral Raiden Groby, so it'll be a 1-and-1 situation for Raiden, a sophomore out of Avoca, Iowa.
Bellevue 6 of 7 from the charity stripe today. Raiden's got to make both of these.
Raiden not a great free throw shooter. We'll leave it at that. An area where he's worked hard, but Let's see if he can hit a couple here, at least the front end.
Arguably the two biggest free throws of the season so far.
Short. Thompson tries to keep it alive, but it goes into the hands of Mason Coilton. Coilton again trying to go coast to coast. Slapped away by Nigel Wilson. Dakota State wants a goaltending call. They won't get it. Coilton will get the bucket off the assist from Pancona. Nigel Wilson comes up shakily.
Yeah, he hit hard. 20-point lead cut down to 3. Bellevue lead 65-62. 3:30 left to go in this one.
And now a timeout call. That'll allow Nigel Wilson to get some attention on the bench. Emar Vincent will check back in. Christian Carter as well. As Nigel gets an assist from some of his teammates, he'll be looked at by the training staff.
You got to get Jaden Phillips back out on the court. He's been a difference maker off the ball too. That's something this offense is sorely missing right now.
65-62 our score. Bruins up by 3, as we mentioned several times. A 20-point lead at one point earlier this half, but Dakota State has not given up. They've continued to battle back.
TJ Fritz has cooled off. He went 5 of 7 from the field to start the game. He's just 9 of 14 since then. He hasn't scored a bucket in over 10 minutes. Bruins need something offensively here.
Yeah, Bruins had a much sharper momentum, much sharper pace to their game in the first half when things were clicking well, and now as they've tried to take some time off the clock and settled in on the half court, some of that movement
Christian Carter hasn't taken a shot in the second half either, and he's kind of been seen sparingly out on the court as well. It'd be interesting to see if he comes out of this huddle here, kind of cool down the offense a little bit and get everybody set back into their placement. And he does. Number 11's coming back out of the court. Oh, he's going to inbounds the pass. I like that decision here too. You can get the ball into Jerome's hands here, and then maybe set it back to Christian to reset the offense.
63% shooting for the Bruins in the first half, 41% here in the second half. Not too far away from their season average, but by comparison, it's been more of a drought here in the second half. Bynum dribbles in the corner, defended over there by Lewis. Bruins just had to call a timeout. They're down to 2. They want to try to save them if they can. Shot clock down to 6. Jerome Bynum inside the lane. Now the step back for 3. Off the back of the rim, no good. Liam Thompson almost had a hand on it, but instead Emmanuel Ekban comes away with it. And they're going to call the foul on Thompson. That'll be a 1-and-1 situation for Dakota State as Liam picks up his 4th personal foul.
Got to trap the lane here, not let a free runner get this rebound if he misses the front end of this 1-and-1.
Ekban at the free throw line for the 1-and-1. The junior out of Rockland, California. 3:06 to go.
He's a 84% free throw shooter, so really good chance this front one rolls through.
And it thought about coming back out, but instead stayed down. So another free throw coming up. A 2-point difference. Bellevue has a over 2-minute scoring drought, and then they had a 3-minute scoring drought before that. So both free throws converted. A 1-point game at 65-64. 3 minutes and counting left in today's game.
Great job by Jerome Bynum. They're just not forcing anything. Let the offense kind of get set back and get the ball over to Christian Carter to let everything kind of flow freely.
Tipped away by Lewis. He'll get credit for the steal. Again, Lucas Gabriel wanting a foul called across the wrist on the pass. Moisen Colton thought about the three-pointer. He'll back it out. A chance for Dakota State to take the lead on this possession. Braden Penconen, bounce pass inside, and the jam. And Dakota State has come all the way back down by 20 as Emmanuel Ekban with the basket.
They lead for the first time in this game.
The Bruin offense, which flowed so freely in the first half, has become hesitant here over the last 10 minutes or so.
Dakota State outscored Bellevue 38 to 23 in this half.
Carter into Thompson, and where was the foul's called? Mason Coilton doesn't agree with that, but he clearly got him across the shoulder.
That's his 4th too. That's a big deal.
So a 1-and-1 situation for Liam Thompson here to get the Bruins back in the lead. Liam had a couple of big free throws at the end of the game against, I think it was Briar Cliff. Yes, Briar Cliff earlier this year to win the game for the Bruins, a chance to get the lead back right here.
He's just a 50% free throw shooter on the year.
That one is good, so we're tied at 66. Jimmy trying to use the reverse announcer's curse there. Kenny Haynes back into the game for Dakota State. 2:03 remaining. That one off the mark. And Dakota State with the rebound. Haynes clears it.
2 minutes ago, a 66-66 ball game. Late drama here from the Gordon Lozier Athletic Center.
With the dribble, Josh Lewis. Bruins on the switch on defense. Lewis tries to go left side. His shot off the mark, but a whistle blows. TJ Fritz will be called for the foul. He helps Lewis up off the floor. We've had several hard fouls on bodies hitting the floor here this afternoon.
I don't know about that call.
And several of the whistles have been just, a second or so kind of late as the officials thinking about if they should call it or not.
Just saw it on the replay here, too. It looked like TJ Fritz touched about thin air, and that was about it. So lucky call here for the Trojans going to the line.
Josh Lewis on the money with the first. Back into the game comes Emmanuel Ackman.
Lewis, a 63% free throw shooter, obviously increasing his numbers here today. That's his third free throw hit of 4.
2 double-digit scores for Dakota State so far. Carlton with 20, Ackman off the mark the second one. That one kept alive by Calvin Payne. Thought he went over the back of Liam Thompson, but no call, so the Dakota State Trojans get another 20 seconds on the shot clock. Up by 1 point, 67-66.
He got over the back, no contact though. That's a good no call.
Into the lane, off the mark. Vincent pulls down the rebound, off the miss by Lewis. Emar avoids all the mosquitoes trying to swat him. 1:20 remaining.
Good job by Emar, holding on to the ball there and not giving up an easy turnover.
Couple of possessions remaining in today's game. Here's Thompson. Liam trying to look inside to Vincent, trying to get position against Carlton. Here's that one-on-one matchup that we've been talking about all game long. Emar, contact made, shot no good. Gets the follow-up, and he'll go to the free throw line for shots. Let's see who it's going to be called against. I think it's Ackman rather than Carlton.
Vincent goes down hard there a little bit. We've talked about at the end of the first half. He came out holding his back and seeing the trainers. Got it pretty quickly there. See if he can hold his composure here and make this roll through.
2 free throws here. Ackman picks up his 4th foul, so a couple of the big men for Dakota State now with 4 fouls. Vincent, big free throw. First one rattles out. This one would tie it with 1:02.
Our score bug not working today. Score 67-66. Bellevue, after leading by 20, now trails by 1. 1:02 left to play in the game.
We invite you to stick around for our post-game show as well with head coach Lucas Gabriel and one of the Bellevue players. So a big free throw by Vincent. Knots it at 67. Again, 1:02 remaining. Raiden Groby back in for TJ Fritz.
Raiden's got to be smart, not give up easy.
And now Dakota State calls the timeout. 2 seconds ticked off the clock. Exactly 1 minute to go. 67-67 our score in this very interesting, dramatic contest between the Bruins and the Trojans to start off the conference season.
Yeah, it's going to be it's going to be interesting too. Lucas Gabriel puts this ball in whose hands here at the end of this. Obviously, TJ Fritz has been electric in that first half, but has cooled off here. They haven't been able to find a basket. You got to get stopped defensively here. We haven't seen Jaden Phillips in the last 6 minutes of this game either. We'll see if he makes his return as he's got his warm-up shirt off over number 12, the back of that huddle.
And Nigel Wilson, since he went down hard, he has not been back in the game for the Bruins either. That's been a couple of minutes since that situation occurred.
Yeah,
So hold on to your hats here for the finale. Exactly 1 minute to go. A couple of possessions remaining in this one to decide who gets off to a 1-0 start in conference play.
Very important last 60 seconds here.
Vincent, Carter, Thompson, Bynum, and Groby, the 5 Bruins on the floor.
Bellevue hoping to get a stop here. Timeout, redraw what they want to finish out this game. Lucas Gabriel still pleading his case about the lack of foul calls in this one.
Calvin Paynes passes it in to Josh Lewis as the Bruins fall back to defend in the half court. Akbar to Quarlton. You could expect it to him. Working against Liam Thompson. Now Emar Vincent comes over to help. Akban sees the opportunity and loses the ball out of bounds.
Wow.
Nice job by Vincent to come over and help Thompson. And then on the backside, Bruins got help as well. The turnover gives them an opportunity with 44 seconds. TJ Fritz back in replacing Raiden Groby.
Just 14 seconds between the shot clock and game clock here. No need to rush. You can pace it out. Reset your offense. Yeah, you gotta get the ball back into Jerome Bynum's hands. Get the set you want and run it from there.
Thompson near the top of the key. Entry to Vincent. Knocked away by Quarlton. Back to Thompson. Shot clock down to 10 as Lucas Gabriel shouts directions to Christian Carter. Working around the high screen by Vincent. Carter to Thompson. Liam finds a seam. He'll go to the free throw line as he's fouled. That's the 10th team foul, so it'll be 2 free throws upcoming for Liam Thompson.
That's against Mason Coylton too, and
that will be his 5th personal foul if it is, and yes, it is. So his day is done. The leading scorer for Dakota State with 20 points and 8 rebounds has to head to the bench.
Same discussion we just had about Lucas Gabriel. What exactly is going to come out of Dakota State offensively with Coylton heading to the bench?
Kenny Haynes will check in Quarlton's place. 2 timeouts remaining for both teams.
Yeah, I expect Derek Ty to take one too here after these free throws.
So again, Liam Thompson to the free throw line in a critical situation. First free throw is good. Bruins 68, Trojans 67 with 17 seconds remaining. Second free throw, also right on the money. The Bruins with a 2-point lead. Raiden Groby checks back in on defense. Dakota State not calling a timeout. With 17 seconds left, they're going to try to play this, maybe get it across the timeline and then call the timeout. Let's see. Into the hands of Josh Lewis.
Encouraging Lewis to get past the timeline. Look for the timeout here. Yep.
And that's what they do. So timeout, 1 remaining for Dakota State with 12.2 seconds remaining. Bellevue with the 2-point lead. All right, Coach Jimmy Allen, do you go for the 2 or do you go for the 3 for the win?
I always want the win. Give me a shot with the last look on the on the clock. I don't know who you're going to have to take it here, though. I mean, the 3-point line hasn't really been Dakota State's friend today. You're looking at a team that's had a really good shooting percentage from 3-point line, just 40% from 3 with only 15 attempted today. So they've really been living inside. 15 of their 61 shots have only come outside of the arc.
Emmanuel Akban with 12 points.
It kind of feels like the ball's going to be in his hands, right?
With 9 points. And Josh Lewis with 9 points. Those are your leading scorer, the 5 guys out on the floor.
Panconen has been hot in the second half after his first half struggle, but you're putting the ball in the hands of a freshman in that situation. I expect Akban to get the look underneath here and then maybe kick outside for a look from beyond the arc. But you got to figure some stuff out because the guy that's been your answer all day long, Mason Coylton, is now sitting on the bench with 5 fouls.
And head coach Jaron Ty does have 1 timeout in his pocket. Lucas Gabriel again giving directions to his team on defense. Here we go. Josh Lewis with the basketball. Akban sets the screen. The Bruins switch. Shot game clock down to 5 seconds. A drive in the lane. Contact made. Shot no good. Now a late whistle once again.
Yeah, Josh Lewis got hammered underneath.
Probably going to go against Emar Vincent. That's his 4th. So Josh Lewis will have 2 free throws to tie it for his team with 2.4 seconds left.
Yeah, he got clotheslined to essentially send him down to the ground. Braden Panconen coming up a little bit limp too because Lewis landed right on top of his knee.
Josh Lewis with 9 points on 3 out of 8 shooting from the floor, 3 out of 4 from the free throw line. Makes the first. 69-68, Bruins up by 1. Back into the game comes Uhana Ochin. And the Bruins will take a timeout to try to ice at the free throw line Josh Lewis. Bruins and Trojans each have 1 timeout left.
After today, Lewis is north of a 60% free throw shooter. So you got to figure out exactly. You have two situations to figure out. What are we going to do if this ball rolls off the front end, or what are we going to do if this ball rolls through? Kind of feels like this is dressed up for TJ Fritz to take this last shot, though.
Looks like Nigel Wilson will check back in defensively for the Bruins.
Still no Jaden Phillips in the last 7 minutes of this game.
Don't know if he injured himself, that we just didn't see it, or whatever. Somebody else getting the call for the Bruins. So it's all going to come down to the final couple of seconds. Might even go into overtime. Bruins have had at least one overtime game this year. And now the Bruins get ready to break huddle. Again, coaches salute. Head coach Lucas Gabriel in his 5th year. Associate head coach Nate Geiser's been with him that time. And first-year assistant coach Aaron Havis. For Dakota State, Darren Ty in his first year leading their program. His assistants are Dalton Kleinschmidt and Damian Luna. All right, it's all up here for the big free throw for Josh Lewis. If he makes it, we're tied. If not, the Bruins hoping to grab that defensive rebound to secure the win.
Got to be smart and not foul on a rebound here, too, if you're Bellevue. Box out and keep your hands to yourself.
Shot up, shot off the mark. Battle for the rebound. It's put back. Missed inside. They say no basket. No basket. The officials are waving off the second tip, and now they're going to all get together to decide. The Bruins could not secure the defensive rebound. I think it was Lewis who put up a shot inside that was off the mark. And then a second, and the officials all agreed the last second shot was too late. And the Bellevue Bruins will escape with a 69-68 win, losing a 20-point lead, but winning the game by 1.
We have the luxury of being on about a 4-second delay between here and our YouTube broadcast, and just looking at it back, the ball was clearly in his hand as the red light went on.
One of the greatest things is putting the light on the backboard so the officials can see when the clock expires, the red light comes on, and just a split second too late.
That was pretty close to as close as it gets, but yeah, definitely shot too late. What a drama ending to end this one in a game that was a blowout in the first half.
With the victory, the Bellevue Bruins are now 6-11 on the season, 1-0 in sharing the lead in the North Star Athletic Association. With the loss, Dakota State Trojans dropped to 10-7 overall and 0-1 in conference play. A breathtaking game for both teams. The Bruins go, phew, we escaped. And the Dakota State Trojans, phew, we worked so hard to get back, only to come up a little bit short.
Yeah, after a dominating first half by this Bruins team, they outscored Dakota State 42-28. Almost the exact opposite score of the second half as Dakota State outscores the Bruins in the second period 40-27.
Bellevue shoots 50% from the floor on the game. Dakota State 42%. Dakota State actually made more field goals, 26-24 for the Bruins. But the Bruins made 11 three-pointers to only 6 for Dakota State to help provide that margin of victory.
Yeah, TJ Fritz was leading scorer for Bellevue today. We talked about it, 9 of 14 after starting the game, 7 of 9. He had 22 points. He also had 2 key rebounds in that second half.
The Bruins had a big rebounding advantage in the first half as well as a points rebound. And the game finishes with a 33-33 tie in overall rebounds. Bruins had 14 turnovers to only 6 for Dakota State. That helped keep the Trojans in the game when they had that big deficit.
Yeah, and the crazy thing about it is the 12 of those 14 turnovers happened in the first half. So it's not like that was the difference in getting back in this game for Dakota State.
And in the assists, Bellevue with 19 assists on the game. Out of 24 made baskets, a great percentage of over 80%. 9 assists for the Trojans out of 26 assists. So the Bruins, more teamwork, Dakota State, more individual efforts, and we made for quite an exciting ball game.
Yeah, and if you're Bellevue and you're Lucas Gabriel and you're looking back at this tape, you just got to figure out what you did in that first half that worked to make it portable to the rest of the season, and find out what your shortcomings were in the second half and work on those. It's just a lack. We just had such good ball movement from this Bruins offense in the first half. In the second half, it just kind of looked like guys were stagnant, standing around a little bit more, and there was so much off-the-ball movement in that first half.
So that's the big issue for Lucas Gabriel and his staff to address as the Bruins get ready to hit the road next weekend. A long trip up to Dickinson, North Dakota to take on Dickinson State on Friday, January 12th. That'll start at 8:30 p.m. Central Time. The women also have a game against Dickinson State that day. That'll start at 6:30 p.m. And then the following day, Saturday, January 13th, men and women at Valley City, 3 for the women and 5 o'clock for the men. We'll be back on the Bruin Sports Network with home games on January 19th, 20th, and 27th as the Bruins face Waldorf, Viterbo, and Mayville State to complete the first half of the conference season.
Yeah, just a reminder, in the North Star Athletic Conference right now, Mayville State at the top of that list with a 12-2 record. Bellevue will move up in the standings to tie for 5th right now in the conference.
All right, looking down on the floor to see if head coach Lucas Gabriel is going to come up and visit with us on the post-game show. Some 10, I see you up. There's
some movement.
Nate Geiser, yeah.
Some movement.
And here comes Coach. All right.
I'll get out of here, Mick. Thanks very much. We'll see you guys next time.
All right, thanks, Jimmy, for all of your great color and commentary on today's action. So heading up, Lucas Gabriel, a hug for his daughter. Fist bumps for a couple of the fans as well. TJ Fritz coming along with him to be part of our post-game show. Joined now by head coach Lucas Gabriel. Coach, everything in that first half, you had to have a smile on your face from ear to ear. Things just went perfectly for the Bruins. And then the second half started. What was the difference?
Well, I thought the one thing that hurt it, they just pounded us on the offensive glass. What they end up with, 14 offensive rebounds. So, you know, in the second half, they had 8 of those are in the second half alone. So we didn't block out well enough. And we kind of just stopped. I thought we stopped defending. I thought we stopped defending, and you know, but I'm proud of the guys. We've been learning how to win. They come all the way back. They take the lead, you know, and if you're weak-minded or you don't know what, if you're not a winner, you start thinking to yourself, the guys would start thinking to themselves on the bench, here we go again. Because it's kind of been that kind of season for us, you know. And I'm so proud of the guys for just staying with it and saying, no, not this time. We're going to hold on to this one. So, because we've had a few like that. So I'm proud of the guys for cutting it down and just finding a way.
Kudos to the guys for that valiant effort. The big lead, 20 points or so at one point of the game, staying with it. Liam Thompson, 3 out of 4 free throws at critical times of the game to get your team back into the lead, and then surviving that last-second mayhem there off the missed free throw.
Yeah. Those big guys they have in there are athletic, and they can really jump, and they're physical, and you know they got in there, and it's certainly not the way you draw it up, right? But fortunately, they tipped it in just a little too late, and we'll take it. We felt like, you know, there was a few things that went their way that probably shouldn't have, in terms of we felt like there was a shot clock violation during their comeback, and a few things that helped them along the way. So for us to find a way on that block out there is I guess, poetic justice.
One of the more animated games on the sidelines for you that I've seen recently. The coat came off. You were working the officials quite heavily out there and trying to get them to see things your way as well.
Yeah, you know, you're fighting for your team, right? You're fighting for your team. The guys have been working hard. We wanted to get off to a good start in conference. We played a monster non-conference schedule.
Yep.
With tons of ranked teams, and it was all an effort. We knew we had a lot of new guys coming in. We knew we had a new team, and we felt like the best way for us to get good as fast as possible was to play really good teams. And we kind of put all of our chips on the table to say we're not worried about the non-conference. We want to attack the league, and that's why we played the schedule we did. So to me, you know, we really wanted this one to get off to a good start in the league because we kind of pushed all our chips in the middle, and you know, now we bring them all back for game 2.
You had a couple of apparent hopefully minor injuries today. Nigel Wilson went down hard. Emar Vinson was holding his back. So
they're fine. They're fine. rub some dirt on it. No, they're okay. We were just in the locker room. They're doing just fine. Those guys are great.
Very good. This time of year, you don't want to have injuries affecting your conference schedule.
Absolutely.
Got your bags packed for next weekend, that long trip up to Dickinson, North Dakota, and then following that up, Valley City State on the way back home. Talk about those two teams.
Man, Dickinson State, to me, in the preseason has been the best team in the league all year so far. Really strong, really athletic, tenacious defensive team. They've got some phenomenal wins over Rocky Mountain. They beat ranked Kansas Wesleyan as well. So, you know, we'll have our hands full with them. And then we turn around and, you know, it's kind of revenge time. Valley City ended our season last year.
Yep.
You know, on that court. So I guess, and you know, a lot of our guys are new. They don't know that. But for me and the coaching staff and for the few returners we do have, you know, I think that one will be in the back of our mind we've been waiting for an opportunity to get back on that court and redeem ourselves. So we're excited.
Good luck on that trip up there against both those teams. We'll see you back here then in 2 weeks to take on a Friday-Saturday situation back in conference play as well.
Look forward to it. Thank you.
All right.
All right, here's
Congratulations on a very gritty win today for the Bellevue Bruins. Head coach Lucas Gabriel joining us to give his perspective on the game. Joined now by TJ Fritz, the junior out of Manhattan, Kansas, first year as a Bellevue Bruin. Man, you could do no wrong in that first half. I think it was 7 out of 8 on field goal attempts, and most of them from behind the three-point arc. What do you feel when you're that hot on a shooting spree?
I just feel like, you know, people, when you get hot like that, it's not about you. Honestly, it's about everybody else. Like I had 2 or 3 jump shots in the mid-range, and you know, coach kept calling plays for me to get in there and try to make opportunities, not for me, but for everybody else. And it kind of just got in there. They ended up not guarding me, and I just happened to, you know, confidence, put the shot up and happened to go in.
Another great game of the assist to made basket ratio. You had 19 assists to 24 made baskets. That's teammates finding teammates for good looks at the basket. Is that something that Coach Lucas talks to you guys about in practice, grinds into you guys, or is that something that just kind of comes from the flow of the game?
I mean, you know, I think it's a little bit of both. You know, Gabe always coaches us hard. You know, it's a team sport. Not one person can go out and score, you know, like 70 points, 80 points, you know. I mean, it's hard to do. So if you got everybody else on the court that got the same goal to, you know, win the game and get everybody involved, you know, it's a beautiful thing to watch.
22 points from you tonight. I think you scored 24 a couple of times already this season. So those 20-plus games, those have to feel special, don't they?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It always feels good, you know. It always feels good when you win and have a good game, you know. It doesn't feel as good if you have a good game and lose. So it feels good to get a W, start out the new season.
You've got the longest road trip of the year before you here next week up to Dickinson and Valley City. This is the first time you'll be making that trip. Have any of the older players on the team talked to you yet? You new guys as to what that trip is all about?
They said it was long. That's all I know is it's a long trip. It's more of a mental trip. You gotta be prepared. You know, you on a bus or whatever for 13 hours. You know, you probably like you're tired of this. You want to turn around, but you know, we got a mission to do, and we got to go do that mission no matter where it's at. Sounds good. Take a lot of books to read, a lot of music to listen to as you see the great states of South Dakota and North Dakota on your way for 2 victories next weekend as well on the road. Of course, never been there, so it'll be fun to, you know, experience it. Very good, very good. Say hi to everybody listening in, watching you today. Mom, Dad, Grandma, Grandpa, love y'all. It's always for you. Sounds good. TJ, thanks again for coming up. Congrats on the victory. 1-0 in conference play and many more to come. Yes, sir. Sounds good. Thank you very much. All right, TJ Fritz visiting with us on our post-game wrap-up tonight. Thanks to him and head coach Lucas Gabriel for coming up and visiting with us as the Bruins come away with a 1-point victory, 69-68 over the Dakota State Trojans. Thanks once again to Reese and to Sean and guys working behind the scene, to Jimmy for doing the color commentating as we have a week off next week. The Bruins on the road. We'll be back in 2 weeks for more basketball. Keep it right here for more basketball all season long in the North Star Athletic Association. Mick Krupski signing off for now. Enjoy the rest of your week.